Wrestling is subjective. What I like, you may not like, and what you like, I may not like. With that being said, Crown Jewel was a solid C+ show. This was basically Clash in Paris, but in Australia. Let's get into it. Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight. Quick question, what is the difference between a street fight, a no DQ match, a hardcore match, or an Extreme Rules match? Because to me, they're exactly the same thing. And Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed was a standard match that just had weapons before Braun Breaker came up and then the momentum started to pick up. Because then the Usos would show up to try and make the save. But obviously in the middle of all the chaos, Jey Uso accidentally spears Roman Reigns through a table, which eventually led to Bronson Reed pinning Roman Reigns in the middle of the ring, making Bronson Reed the third individual in history to ever pin the Tribal Chief behind Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. And this result obviously pissed off the Tribal Chief, who told both the Usos he doesn't want to see them until Christmas. This was an awesome match, but to me that was due to the fact Bronson Reed and the Usos got involved and made absolute chaos everywhere, and Bronson Reed actually winning the match. Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship was a bit disappointing considering the talent that were involved in this match. I think that's personally due to the fact that just as this match was beginning to pick up, it just suddenly ended with Stephanie Vaquer beating Tiffany Stratton to become the 2025 Women's Crown Jewel Champion. John Cena versus AJ Styles was a good match, but you cannot convince me that this was a match of the year contender. While I do appreciate a lot of the tribute finishers during this match, rest in peace Bray Wyatt, it didn't really convince me into believing that this was a 5-star classic like a lot of people are saying that it was. Personally, I feel like this was the weakest match of the entire series, but that is probably due to the fact John Cena is older than he was back in 2017 and 2016. But yeah, John Cena managed to defeat AJ Styles and secured his 100th PLE victory in his entire career. Rhea, Ripley, and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors in a tag team match. This was a TV match. That's how I felt watching this match. It felt like I was watching an episode of either Raw or SmackDown, which to the surprise of nobody, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley would pick up the victory in the tag match. And then we move on to the main event as Seth Rollins took on Cody Rhodes for the Men's Crown Jewel Championship. This match was amazing, but it was docked down just a little bit. One, the match sometimes felt like it was dragging because it was fucking long, and two, the unnecessary amount of finisher kickouts that this match had. At one point, Cody Rhodes hit a top rope crossroads that I've never seen before, and Seth kicks out at 2. WWE should really start treating their finishers like they used to be treated, as finishers to end a match. Anyway, Seth Rollins hit Cody Rhodes with a Rolex to the face and then hit a curb stomp to finally beat the American Nightmare and become the 2025 Men's Crown Jewel Champion, celebrating in the middle of the ring with Stephanie Vaquer. I'm giving Crown Jewel a 6.5 out of 10 because I wasn't really expecting much from the show, but hey, at least they gave us a solid show compared to the dumpster fire that was WrestlePalooza.